The Shadow Investigation. The candlelight flickered against the cold walls of the sacred chamber as the investigator, Selena Ardent, laid out her case files. The room smelled of sage and myrrh, anointing the air with an ancient presence. She had been following a tangled web of energy disturbances, spiritual attacks, and hidden adversaries for months, but tonight, the veil had thinned. As she reviewed the documents, a wave of nausea washed over her. The vision struck her like a blade, an unseen force orchestrating a vast conspiracy of dark rituals, betrayal, and deceit. The lines of the physical world blurred, revealing the spiritual war raging underneath. The Coven's conspiracy. Selena had long suspected that a group of hidden adversaries had infiltrated the sacred order. Their agenda was insidious, siphoning energy, orchestrating tragedies, and profiting from stolen destinies. At the center of it all was a figure known only as the Hitman, a pawn of something far greater. "He's panicking," Selena muttered, eyes darting across the investigative notes. "They all are." Through her heightened perception, she uncovered echoes of a secret trial that had taken place the previous August. A case buried so deep in the courts that it never reached the public. The target, an innocent soul robbed of their inheritance, their identity stolen by those who once called themselves family. The walls of deception were beginning to crumble. The unraveling of fate. Her sources, both seen and unseen, whispered of a forbidden ritual performed to erase someone from existence. The perpetrators were desperate now, scrambling to sever their connection to the stolen life force. The web was tightening. Hidden accounts, secret inheritances, and altered documents all pointed to a single truth. Their sins were catching up. "Your father," Selena murmured, eyes closing as she reached out across the spiritual divide. The one they erased, he was the true heir. A chill ran down her spine as the presence of an ancestral guardian made itself known. Justice was stirring. The fall of the puppeteers, law enforcement had begun moving in, albeit unknowingly guided by unseen hands. Reports of unusual financial activity, ghost accounts linked to long-dead names, and an inexplicable number of sudden deaths had raised alarms among the mundane authorities. But Selena knew the deeper truth. This was the result of years of corruption collapsing upon itself. The conspirators had woven their web too tightly, and now it was strangling them. Her breath hitched as she saw the inevitable outcome. Courts flooded with trials, stolen fortunes reclaimed, and those who had feasted upon the suffering of others brought to ruin. The masterminds had become entangled in their own deceit. "The divine sees all," she whispered, "and the reckoning is here." The path to redemption. But not all were beyond saving. There remained a path to redemption for those willing to seek it. The weight of their actions was undeniable, but within every shadow, there remained a glimmer of light. To truly escape the fate awaiting them, those involved in this conspiracy needed to do more than just confess. They had to atone. Selena envisioned a path forward for them. Admit the full truth. No more hidden trials, no more secret betrayals. Every crime had to be exposed to the light. Make reparations. Those who had stolen must return what was taken. They must seek forgiveness not just from the courts, but from the ones they wronged. Seek purification. The darkness they invited into their lives had to be expelled. This required not only spiritual cleansing but also sincere personal transformation. Surrender to divine justice. If they refused to change, then the consequences would be unavoidable. The cycle of destruction they had set in motion would inevitably return to them tenfold. Justice had stirred. The universe had shifted. For those who refused the path of redemption, there would be no more second chances. Selena felt the presence of the ancestors solidify around her, a protective circle formed by those who had once been lost. They whispered their final message. "You are free." They must now choose redemption or destruction. She closed the case file and blew out the candle. The war was over. But for those who wished to ascend, the true battle had only just begun.